Nick Saban. A lot of rumors swirling around about him. I actually have a buddy that heard it from their hairdresser that he was going to be the next head coach here. So,
Wait, Nick Saban?
yeah.
His hairdresser said that?
Hairdresser.
Okay.
Yeah.
I buy it. Sold. Hairdressers know everything.
I can tell you one thing. Being around town, just like randomly, just gas station, picking up some food, just doing whatever. There's a lot of experts out there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a ton of people that know exactly what's going on because they got a guy. They got a guy that has a friend that has some sort of booster cousin. And they got a guy, and they know. And apparently this hairdresser said Nick Saban's going to be the next head coach.
The phrase I'm hearing has already burned out. And you're going to hear that phrase a lot. It's like, I'm hearing. No, let me stop you there. No, you're not.
Yeah, no, you're not.
At this point.
From whom?
With the crap show that's going on down the street, anybody who tells you they've heard something probably hasn't heard anything. You can go ahead and cross them off the list.
Yeah. And no, it wasn't my hairdresser because I shaved my own head. It was a buddy's hairdresser. So this is like, I mean, we're like 6, 7 people removed from the start of the source. So the start of the person that just made it up out of thin air. That's kind of what we're doing. Yeah, because nobody knows. Nobody really, There's probably a handful of people. Now, have they reached out? Do I believe they've reached out? Absolutely, because they should reach out to everybody.
Yeah.
Saban's got, of course, a lot of ties back to Louisiana. He's got friends here. He's got businesses. I mean, there's a lot of things. So what is surprising is most of the times where there's smoke, there's fire somewhere. And there's a good article, LouisianaSports.net. You can go check it out about at least all the college head coaching vacancies, the Vegas odds. And usually Vegas has their finger on the pulse of most things. Saban, as of yesterday, has surpassed Joe Brady as the favorite to land the job at LSU. For whatever that is worth, take that with a grain of salt. But at least from the betting standpoint, which, of course, the people that make the lines, they make the lines, but then it's controlled by who's betting and all that good stuff. But the movement is pretty shocking, and there has to be some validity to something out there, and I don't know what that is, because the line went from, if I'm reading this correctly, 75 to 1 to 2 to 1.
Yeah.
It's a big jump.
It's a big jump.
It's a big jump.
Even if it went from 10 to 1 to 2 to 1. Now we're talking 75 to 1 to 2 to 1. So there is clearly something there. Whether it's just because it's going through the hairdresser rankings, or everybody's talking about it at the salon. I don't know what it is, but there's something happening there, and it's pretty wild to see. Like if we were looking at a sport, right? If we were looking at a game and a team was 75 to 1 to win their division, then all of a sudden it went to 2 to 1. What would happen? What would that mean? It means like the starting quarterback or the starting star player for the other teams all got hurt. It means they got a new star player, like something of a huge magnitude had happened. So I don't know where this is coming from or what the stem of it, what the root of it is. I'm sure this just came out yesterday. So I'm assuming if there actually is some validity to something, you're going to hear more and more talked about it throughout the day and throughout the week.
I don't know what is less likely, Saban or Saban jumping Joe Brady, because that's not going to happen either.
Yeah, I know. The Joe Brady one being the favorite was always weird to me.
It's just because he was here at 19. But he literally left college football because he didn't want to recruit. And guess what? I don't know if you guys know this. A lot's changed in the recruiting landscape since 2019, and it's way more crazy now. Doubt that's going to bring him back in. But Matt, I mean, you were recruited by Saban, and I understand you have to reach out to it. Like that's what everybody says. I'm not talking about what Saban did in the past. I'm talking right now.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want LSU to hire Saban? Like, if he was willing to come, would you want them to hire Saban?
I think if they hired Saban, here, first of all, I'm not talking loud. Too close?
You're good.
Okay. I think if they hired Saban, I think everybody would be really excited, for one. I think if you're going to have somebody that could navigate the show that is happening outside the football facility right now, from the administration to the political side of things to all the suing back and forth to the exit. Like, if you want somebody to navigate that and not really care about, what politicians say and the strong arming from everywhere else outside of football. He's probably the guy that could handle all that because he's not going to, he wouldn't like listen to you, right? He's Nick Saban. He's the greatest coach of all time. So I think there's some excitement there. But like, I've always said since this whole thing started, like, why would he take this job? Why would he take any job? What he doesn't, first of all, he doesn't have anything to prove. He doesn't have more money. I mean, I guess you could always make more money, but like, he doesn't need to make more money, I would assume. I don't know his personal financials, but I'm assuming it's stable to quite stable. So like, what does he need to do? Why would he take the job? Well, it says 72 years old, 73 years old?
74.
I mean, is he 74?
Saban is 74.
I mean, not that he can't do it at that age. I'm just saying, why would he? Why would he put himself? Because that man only knows one way to coach, right? It's his way. You think just because he says he's going to be, a little bit more calm or whatever, you think he's actually going to do it when the stuff hits the fan? I mean, no, he's going to come in. Now, I don't know what they've offered him, if they've offered him anything. I'm sure there's conversations of like, come in and do this, get it turned around, right the ship for a second, and then you can be part of the administration or be athletic. I mean, I've heard all that stuff. You can be coach for 3 years and be an athletic director. I don't know. Does he want to do that? I guess we'll see. But something has clearly happened to go to 75-1 betting odds to 2-1.
I don't think Saban should take this job. I don't think he should want this job. I mean, like you mentioned, he doesn't have anything to prove, right? Like he's won everywhere he's been at a high level. If you're Nick Saban, realistically, you're probably here 3 years. If you don't win a national championship in 3 years, then you failed here at LSU because that's the whole reason you bring somebody in like that in his advanced age because of what he's done. That's why you bring him in. If Saban doesn't win a championship, it's going to be viewed as a failure. It is.
Yeah, I guess
that's
so.
The Nick Saban standard.
Yeah, unless it's like, get us to that point and then be a part of the athletic, like the direct AD stuff and be part of stay here in Baton Rouge and help us, then you're still part of how we got back to that. I get that. It's just a matter of like, still, why? Like, why would he want to do it? So, yeah, I think it'd be irresponsible for LSU to not try to, like, come up with some arrangement where he comes in and either coaches or helps or does something. That's probably irresponsible. Again, Nick Saban is the greatest college football coach to ever live, and I'm proud to say that he recruited me. I played for him for a couple of years. Didn't necessarily love it because he was a hard ass for sure. But I understood even at the time. I was like, this guy's great. Like, this guy's an amazing head coach. But I do think it's probably he said it last year. He said that leaving LSU is one of the biggest regrets or the biggest regret of his entire career. Maybe that's because he, NFL didn't work out, but I also think he's probably had a little piece of LSU in his heart since he's left here, and probably regretted that decision. Didn't regret, of course, his time at Alabama. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that I think that was that one decision that he regretted. He's always kept roots here in LSU or in Louisiana. So,
he also left because of the way that things are going in college football now. So
yeah,
I just don't think
that hadn't changed.
Yeah, that hasn't. It's actually probably gotten worse. And I don't know. Like, maybe he'll come if he were to, like, he might be successful in it, but I just don't think he wants to. I think he's having a good time on game day. It looks.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
him
years,
and Pat McAfee.
They're great.
I love them together.
So I never saw him smile.
Yeah.
When he was our coach.
Yeah.
And then I saw him smile like years later at Alabama, like in a press conference, and I was like, that looks forced.
Yeah.
That looks like you've been like, you hired a nice PR person. They said you have to
told
move
him how to do it.
your cheeks. Like, you got to, let's just work on it. They go up. They don't go side to side. They don't go down. They go up. Let's work on it. But like, since he's been doing game day, I see like true happiness on his face when he's doing it. You can tell he loves Pat McAfee. You can tell he loves like being part of that whole crew.
Yeah.
And he does a really good job.
He does.
And it looks like he really loves to sit on a recliner too, with a little throw blanket on.
He looks so
watching
comfy.
some TV.
Oh, that's the life I want to live. Just like watching TV, wrapped up in a blankie,
Right.
and somebody brings me a cake.
something for we could all hope for one day.
Right. He's
All
living
hope
his best
He
life.
is living his best life. Let that man live his life.
Right. Stop trying to put him in these talks.
Maybe come help us hire a coach. Put him on the committee.
So that's kind of my thing. Like, in order for me to like this, and this is just one person's opinion, obviously. Like, I'm not saying I don't want Nick Saban as a coach, but what I don't want is 2 years from now you do this process all over again. That's what I don't want.
Right.
Like, in a perfect world, I want a guy that can be here 8 to 10 years.
Right.
Now, LSU's proven that they have a 4-year window or you're out the door, but if you're successful, you can be here for as long as you want.
Right.
Maybe if you hire Saban, you find a guy that you're like, we love this guy. A Kelvin Shepard's a guy that's been brought up because a lot of people, myself included, have said, I don't want it right now because he doesn't have the head coaching experience. Could you bring in a young guy that you love, you think can do it in a few years, learn under Saban for a year or two, and then take the reins from there? Like, maybe that way is the way to go on something like this. I just, 2 to 3 years down the road, I don't want to be doing this all over again.
Yeah, I don't either. If you want to look at it from a different point of view, though, if you think about all the head coaches that could possibly come, and you name a name in the NFL, college, take the top name besides Nick Saban, and throw them in this landscape where we have governors involved, we have top donors involved, we have the top businessmen in Louisiana involved, we have a new president, we got a new AD, we have all these things involved that look very unattractive to a lot of coaches because at the pecking order, it's going to be governor, board of supervisors, AD, all these things, and the head coach is going to be down here. You can make the argument that if Saban comes, he's the top of the pecking order if he comes, because I don't think he's going to deal with any of that BS.
I don't think you can make
say
the
that,
argument. I think that's how it is.
Yeah, you could say, I mean, anybody in Louisiana would say yes, sir, to him. So I guess that's kind of when I started. Like, anybody that could deal with this, no one's going to deal with that better. But again, just why? Why would he do it? So we'll see. But again, where there's smoke, there is fire. And he has jumped for some reason in the betting odds from 75 to 1 all the way to 2 to 1, which is a wild jump. And I can't wait. There's got to be some more information that comes out on why that is. But we will see. LSU will eventually name their head coach, and we can't wait to see who it is, and we just pray and hope that it's going to be a good one, and it's going to be lasting stability here at LSU, because that's what they deserve, that's what we deserve, that's what this program deserves. So here's the hoping.